Hello, my lovely students. So now I want to show you how to do APA format for a scholarly journal article and remind you where to find other information about APA formatting. So let me share my screen here. We're going to start again from the first JCC website page. So remember, you can click on library. Get you into the library website. Then you can do your search. And I'm trying to remember how to hide this meeting control so that I can see where our article is. So once you do your search, you will get a list of articles. Now, I didn't talk in the last one because I'm trying to keep these short about if you're not getting the kind of articles you want to get. But what may happen sometimes is you may need to change how you phrased your search. So say if I didn't want all this sleep stuff and I really want something more like this, peers and siblings in toddlers' social development. So maybe I want to expand on my search term instead of just say toddler social development, siblings. Add that word to it and see what happens. One thing you really do not want to do in a database search is you don't want to do a whole sentence like you might do in Google. So if I was searching in Google, I might type in something like, how do toddlers learn to share? That's not going to work well in a database because databases are looking for more exact matches with information. So if I put in how do toddlers learn to share, I got 42 results, but that's not a whole lot. This is not limited to peer-reviewed journals. Let's limit it down and see what we get. And let's say, again, we only want to go from 2015. So we'll apply those filters. We have 2 results. So great, maybe that's good, but probably not. I'll do much better. Instead of this, how do toddlers learn to share? Again, put in a couple of key terms. So toddler, share, social development, something like that. Okay. And so now I have a bigger selection of articles and it's going to work much better. So keywords, not a whole sentence like you would do in Google. So then once you've found an article you like, actually, I love the sound of this article, Child Development Perspective. So let's go to this article right here. So this is an academic search complete. And this is an EBSCOhost database. Now, EBSCOhost databases are awesome. They're easy to use, quite straightforward. And one thing that's really nice with these is the citation for APA format is super easy when you're doing this. Okay, so when you're looking to cite an article, you want to find name of the journal, which will usually be somewhere at the top of the page, and you'll usually have volume and things like that there at somewhere. The title, the author. You do not need to have any information about where the author is or the author's degrees. Now, if you look down below, you'll probably find other information. So here is other information I want: volume, number, date, pages. That's all information that you'll probably want for your citation. Also, DOI number, you'll want that. So this is all a bunch of information that you will need for your citation. But if you're using an EBSCOhost database, you've got a shortcut, a wonderful shortcut. Over here on the right side of the screen, you'll see a menu bar. So this is useful. You can email articles to yourself. You can print them. You can put them in a folder, things like that. What we want right now is this one that looks like a piece of paper. This is a cite shortcut. So if I click on that piece of paper one, it is going to give me the proper citation format for a bunch of different citation styles. Don't use Brazilian National Standards. That's the first one that comes up. We don't want that one. Scroll down and you'll find APA. So here is my APA article citation. I can copy it and paste it into my paper. They aren't always 100% correct. So you do still need to take a little bit of care and know what the citation format is. So what you see here, you've got author name in APA. All authors are last name, comma, first initials, or first and middle initials. Then the year in parentheses right after that, then a period. Then the article title, and this one is not done correctly, and that's the most common error you'll find in these. Article title should be capitalized like a sentence. You don't capitalize the first letter of each word. You just capitalize what would be capitalized in a sentence. So the T of the should be capitalized. The W of Y should be capitalized. A lot of people don't know that. We don't typically do it, but proper format is actually capitalizing a letter after a colon. Everything else should be lowercase in this. After the article title, which is also in regular font, I've had a lot of students for some reason this year putting the article title in italics. I think that might be because when you're doing a web page, you put the web page name in italics. But if it's a journal article or a magazine article, you don't put that in italics. It's regular font. Then the name of the journal, that's the part that's in italics. So journal name is in italics, and the journal name, you do capitalize all the first letter of all the major words. So journal name in italics. Volume number of the journal is also in italics. Issue number is not in italics. I have no idea why. It doesn't make any sense to me, but that's the way they do it. Notice there's a comma between the name of the journal, the volume and issue. Issue is in parentheses, another comma, then page numbers, and then your reference link. Use a reference link that's listed somewhere on the page. Don't just copy the address from your address bar, because if you just copy this, it's not going to take anybody else to the article you were looking at. It's just going to take them to get the chance to go to the EBSCOhost databases. Doesn't do anybody any good in finding your article. Okay, now let's look at this other article because it had multiple authors. So this was an article I found in the last video, Sleep and Social Emotional Development in Infants and Toddlers. So notice it has 4 authors. You also have all the information you need up here at the top. You've got the name of the journal, volume, issue, pages, date, article title, authors. So we can just go to this cite page. And hello. I don't know if it's just taking a while. All right, come on, let's go. Okay, so hopefully this will work now. Yes, so we get our citation page again, and here we have the APA format again. So notice that we have 4 authors, and for the reference page, we are listing all 4 authors. Always keep the authors in the same order they are on the article. It's always last name, comma, first, middle initials with periods after the initials, commas, again, before the next name. They always use this ampersand before the last author. Then the year, then the article title. Again, this is done wrong. Only capitalize the S in sleep in this title. Journal name, volume, issue, pages, link. Okay, so that's the standard format for a scholarly journal article. Notice you also use this hanging indent format. And in a paper, you're also supposed to use double spacing for everything, including your references. Also in APA, the reference list is called references. It's not called works cited, unlike MLA. So you see here, MLA, it shows works cited. It shows how you would do it in MLA. So APA has basically the same information, a little bit different format. It would be nice if everybody could get together and agree to use the same format, but I don't see that happening. So you just have to learn some different formats for different classes. Now, when you're citing in your paper, if you're doing an in-text citation, when you're doing that in-text citation, what you do there is you just put the author names and the year of publication. Okay, so medical journals often do this a little bit differently. Clinical, so yeah, probably sort of medical. But for in-text citations, if it's one author, you put the author name and the year of publication. 2 authors, you put both authors' names and the year of publication. 3 authors, you put all 3 authors the first time, year of publication. And then after that, if you cite the same article again, you just put the first author and et al. And more than 3 authors, you just do first author and et al. And the year of publication each time. So that's the in-text citations. Now, if you cannot remember all this and you're not sure of how to cite your article, you can go again to the JCC library. Okay, so if you go into my JCC, go to the library has all kinds of resources, including a citing sources page. It explains a little bit about the formats you'll use. And it has this link to Noodle Tools Express. So if you don't have the citation made for you on your own, you can go just click on that link from the library site, click on APA, select what type of source you have. So if I have a magazine or a website, create citation, and it'll just ask you for all the information from the source, and it will make that reference for you in the proper format. And that is perfectly fine to do. Okay, use your tools. But one thing I will say, okay, I know this is picky and it can be kind of annoying, but it's very helpful when you are reading something and you see information that you're interested in and you want to go find that source. It's really helpful when all the sources are listed in a predictable way that you can easily find. The other thing is, just for your benefit, if you can get your sources properly cited, it goes so far with your professors. You will have an automatic bump in how your professors are seeing your work if your sources are cited properly. They're going to give you a lot more benefit of the doubt when they see that you have taken the time and the effort to do that, and that you figured out how to properly do that. So it's helpful for you. All right. I hope this was helpful, and I hope you all have a great day. Bye.